Hey, Passion Creek family, thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to give you an update on what we're doing in the month of July. We did send out an email, but I do feel it is necessary to make a video, and we're also kind of adding a couple things to make our place a little bit safer. So as you know, Governor Ducey sent out an executive order for a lot of places to shut down again for 30 days in the month of July. And super grateful that the governor has said it is up to the churches to decide what they would like to do, but they, of course, encourage safe practices. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that he has given us the ability to make the decision on our own. And so now that means, okay, we had to get our team together and figure out what are we going to do. And first of all, because we actually are meeting at Heart Cry Church, I do feel it is our conviction to follow the leadership of Heart Cry. If they close down their building, I think it's almost necessary that we just follow and honor them, and also closing down as well. Currently, Heart Cry is still open for services on Sunday, and so that helps in our decision for us to continue to open as well. We're also very confident that we have not been contributing to the coronavirus because this is a large auditorium. And on a good day, currently, especially because a lot of our church family is staying home, we fill about 20% of this auditorium. And so I'm grateful for that. We're not packed. I mean, I never would have thought as a pastor I'd be grateful for being a small church, but in this season, there's a lot of benefits to that. And so that helps us in our confidence. We're also grateful that we have hand sanitizing stations. We're grateful that even this Sunday, the chairs will look even more different. There's going to be more spread out and safer. Why are we doing this? There's a few things. We want to be above reproach. I believe when Paul gives that exhortation to Timothy about what the qualifications for an elder, I think they're mandatory for elders, but it's also an example for all of us as believers. And one of the big things in the qualifications of an elder is to be above reproach. And I think us being socially distanced is being above reproach. I think us washing our hands is above reproach. Us disinfecting everything between services is above reproach. I think to take it one step further, and I know this doesn't make a lot of people happy, and I know that when I came into leadership, it was never about making people happy, or else you might as well go sell some ice cream. But the hard part, I think we have to take this extra measure, is to require masks upon entering into this facility. I understand some of you guys think it doesn't help at all. Some of you believe it is the greatest thing ever. I do believe it helps us to be above reproach to wear a mask. I do want to kind of shift the conversation. A few Sundays ago, we said, let's shift the narrative. And let me shift the narrative here. Is it your right to decide if you should wear a mask or not? It is your right to decide. If we're talking simply about rights, you have the right. And I am grateful for that. And I think rights are a healthy part of the conversation in America at large right now. However, I was reading Galatians 5:13 through 15 yesterday, and I think what we have to also recognize, we need to shift the narrative and not make it so much about rights, which we have, but about responsibility. And so in Galatians, Paul talks about the freedom we have and how we don't use it for the flesh, but we actually use it to love and serve one another. And so I actually believe it's our responsibility to care for and love our neighbor. And I think we are above reproach. We go above and beyond by caring for our neighbor by wearing masks upon entering into the church. Do you like it? Probably not. I don't love it. I chew gum, and so it always falls off, and it's a bit of an irritation. But I don't like when we're not gathered. And so for me, I'm willing to make sacrifices to make people feel safe and to make people, honestly, just healthier and safer. I'm willing to do that, and I hope that you are willing to as well. And if you're not, we recognize that, and I just hope that you pray through that with the Lord. Is it your right? Let's shift the narrative and talk about responsibility, especially in the month of July. It is true. We have friends and family who work and who are nurses, and we know some people who are doctors, and the ICU unit in our area is full. And this disease isn't fake. It is serious, and so I think we have to take it seriously. I can go on and on. In fact, me and Caleb are likely going to be having a podcast conversation. This is such a nuanced conversation. But I hope that you're encouraged that we're still meeting. I hope that you are excited to gather together. I know my soul has needed it, and I know your soul needs it as well. We're also grateful. If you are at risk, please stay at home. If you've had any slight sort of illness, please don't risk it. For the rest of us, please stay at home. And so we're grateful that we're still offering our service online. Again, this Sunday, we now start at 5 p.m. from here on out as we meet here at Heart Cry Church. And then we want to encourage you We are going to have a meeting after the service this Sunday, kind of explaining what the future will look like just to our church family, those who have any sense of ownership here at Passion Creek Church. We are going to be giving out free individual boxed food, and we still believe that's a safe thing to do. You're going to be distanced as you eat the food while we kind of explain what the future of our church is. Please feel free to text me, contact me at 480-571-1521 if you have any issues or concerns. I understand there's going to be some upset people. Again, you have to recognize being a leader of an organization, being a leader of a church, my call is to shepherd the flock. And so I think there needs to be give and take on many sides, and I really do believe we should meet at this time, but I really do believe we need to go above and beyond in being above reproach and thinking more about our responsibility to the community rather than just our rights. Hope you guys are encouraged. I'm excited about Sunday's message in Ephesians chapter 2. I think it's exactly what we need right now. Anyways, I'm so grateful that you watched this whole video. If you got to this point, be encouraged. Again, feel free to contact us, and we'd love to kind of have a further discussion if you have any questions. Love you. Grace and peace to you, and we'll see you when we see you.